for attendance. So we'll give just another minute or so to let some stagglers sign in and get their names in there. Okay, we seem to kind of have a slowdown of letting people in. Is that right, Gershom?
So I bypassed the lobby, so everyone should be able to come in now.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So thank you everyone for coming. Please be sure and drop your name and agency in the chat for our attendance records. Welcome. Thank you everybody for taking your time to join us today. We've got a lot going on. So it is 10:02 just now officially, and we will call the meeting to order. The first thing we'd kind of like to do is just if there's anybody new to the group that feels comfortable introducing themselves, we'd love to have some intros of new people into the group. And if not, we'll kind of just run around and do a quick intro of everybody as well. Okay, well, I will start. I am Nikki DeLong. I am the program manager for the Transitional Housing Program with Olive Crest, and I have been very blessed to be part of the Yak Yab for several years now and the chair for the past couple of years. So I will popcorn to the next on my screen is Gershom.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Gershom Hiron. I am a community program specialist here at the COC, and I am also stepping into the new role as the homeless youth coordinator. So I'm also coming up on about a year being here at the COC, and it's been nothing but like great and amazing experiences. So it's a pleasure to be here with all of you this morning. I will go ahead and pass it over to Greg.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Greg Snow. I am the vice chair for this group.
Greg, your microphone is up.
Thank you. Can't see myself, I guess. Again, my name is Greg Snow, and I am the vice chair for the Yak Yab group here today. I've been serving in this capacity for several months now and really enjoying it. I'm happy and I am sad. I'm happy that Gershom is now going to be leading our group with the COC, and I'm sad that Monique is going to be moving on, but bigger and better, hopefully bigger and better things. Still in very important work. So with that, I'm going to popcorn it over to, let's see, how about Rainbow Marler?
Hello. This is the first time I hear of Monique leaving, so me and you, we're gonna have a chat, little lady. We're gonna have a chat. So I'm gonna go cry in the corner, but meanwhile, my name is Rainbow Marler. I am from Operation Safe House. Sorry, I will what is it? Popcorn? Microwave? Dude, I am all over the place. Sorry, guys. Rashawn.
Yes,
Black.
Yes, Rashawn Black. I am Rashawn Blackwell. I'm a part of Blackwell Homes. I rent my homes out to youth that are aging out of the system, transitional housing, to ensure that we prevent homelessness.
Okay, and maybe we can just then popcorn to Monique.
Thank you, Nikki. So sorry, folks. I really thought we were going to make everyone sad at the end, not at the beginning, but I guess we're starting with the, no, maybe we'll enjoy our time here, to the fullest today and really being community and really being great spirit and appreciative, right? I think the message in the world is always to be appreciative and always be grateful, always be humble. And you all know my philosophy on these things, and you all know that I love being with you all. I've had the honor to be the homeless youth coordinator, have been working alongside you all for a while now, and have really appreciated every single one of you in your partnership. Please continue to be involved with the continuum of care, continue to advocate for what's right, like I told Savannah, and continue to involve the Youth Action Board. They've worked very, very hard to be where they are and to be established and to be structured. And you all have supported them in being advocates and in finding their voice and in bringing that right forth to all of these meetings and to every decision that you all make around youth homelessness. And so I just encourage everyone to continue to do that. So thank you all so much. I appreciate you all. And yes, please send me an email. We'll keep in touch. And any way that I can be of service. Yesterday, I did hear Tanya say on the COC meeting that I will be invited back. Please take that literally. Please invite me back. I love being in these spaces. You all know that anything I can do in person, out in the community, whether if it's volunteer work or it's coming in as a presenter, doing anything that I can within the new capacity that I'll have. Please, I'm here for you all. Thank you. Thank you.
My apologies. I didn't think I was letting the cat out of the bag. Gershom did introduce himself as the new homeless coordinator.
I know.
And then yesterday, Tanya introduced it all yesterday. So those that were on the meeting yesterday. But again, I didn't mean to start out on a sad note. But again,
I think we should start off sad and end happy.
Yes.
Sorry.
Thank you, Monique.
Okay, so start thinking about your favorite moments with me at the end. I want to hear them all. And I will pass it to Savannah.
Hi, everyone. I'm Savannah Brown, the newly elected YAB chair, and I am super excited to be here, and I'm really excited to advocate for our youth and just make changes and just be involved wherever I can. And I'm loving my new position. I love helping out and, agenda prepping and facilitating. It's exactly what I'm loving to do. So I'm super happy to be here and I hope to get to know all of you guys. Thank you. And I'll popcorn it over to Roshana.
Can everyone hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yes. My name is Rashawn Blackwell. I didn't get to introduce myself. I have Blackwell Homes. What I do is I house transitional youth when they're aging out of the system. I rent rooms, and also I do shared living spaces for youth that are having a hard time when they're coming out of foster care, just to ensure that I can prevent as much homelessness as possible with these youth. And I'm also a foster parent.
Savannah, did you popcorn it over to me? Good morning, everyone. My name is Roshana Walker. I am the program manager here with Housing and Workforce Solutions, our Continuum of Care division, and I am here to support all of you. I will popcorn it over to, I'm trying to see everyone on the list. Deja Ward, I think it's the name.
Hi, Desaya. I'm a YAB member, and yeah.
She's also an entrepreneur and a businesswoman and an enlightenment.
Yes,
and Desaya, yeah, and Desaya, this is your ample opportunity to enjoy this moment and throw somebody else under the bus and popcorn to them.
Okay, let's see. Hold on. Danielle Johnson.
Okay, perfect.
I'm just gonna read over the other.
I just got on. Are we just introducing ourselves? I'm sorry.
Yes, we're just introducing ourselves.
Oh, hi, everybody. My name is Danielle. I'm a YAB member, and I also sit on the BOG I'm on the chair of the Board of Governance.
Hi, Danielle.
Hello, good morning.
Why don't we move to Irene?
Hi, thank you. I'm Irene Capin. I am with Faith in Motion for Riverside County. So it's been a minute. So I'm gonna say Ruiz, Lorenzo, Teresa.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Teresa Ruiz. I am a social service practitioner with the Law Office of the Public Defender Spark program. I work the Southwest region, and it is a pleasure to be here this morning. I see Lucy Bustos on my screen, so I'm going to popcorn it over to her.
Hi, good morning. I'm Lucy Bustos, RUHS Behavioral Health Social Service Planner for the Coordinated Entry System. I will popcorn it over to Kimberly Thomas.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Kimberly Thomas, and I'm with Norco College, and I will popcorn it over to Young Me.
When I was trying to write the names down, I think Young Me was just the autopilot. I don't think it's her in person.
Let's see. Will someone jump in here who hasn't gone? Because I don't have very many people on my screen. I'm sorry.
How about Candace?
Okay.
Hi, my name is Candace. I'm from RUHS Behavioral Health at the program The Journey Tay FSP. And I'm here to learn about the available resources for the homeless youth that we serve. And I will popcorn it over to, I believe I saw a girl named Rainbow.
Sorry, I went, yes, my name is Rainbow. I'm from Operation Safe House.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Thank you for introducing me again. I will, Carla Padilla.
Okay. Maybe Carla had to step away. We do have Caroline on as well.
I'm Caroline Quintos with Oak Grove Center's Thrive ILP, and my role is Housing Navigator. I believe I saw Ebony on the call, or is she autopilot as well?
No, I'm here. Good morning. My name's Ebony. I'm a YAB member located in the city of Riverside. I am also a STEM major student. I specialize at the moment in neurobiology. I'm pursuing medicine, and I am excited to be a YAB member for quite a while now. So I am just happy to be here. Thank you.
You are very talented.
Yes, very good input. We also have Brandy. Is that how we say it? They still on? Oh man, I wrote down the names earlier. Sorry. Twanisha?
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Twanisha Wilson, and I'm with Equus Workforce Solutions. I'm the one-stop operator for Riverside County. And I will popcorn it over to, let's see, Ruth. Ruth
Hi,
Drake.
good morning, everybody.
Hi, good morning, Ruth.
Hi, Twanisha. Thank you so much. My name is Ruth Drake, and I am with Goodwill Workforce. On the workforce side, I am the program manager over Riverside County, and I will popcorn it over to, let's see, I think I was going to call Twanisha, but she called me first. Let's see, Miss Irene. I'm not sure if you went.
I did. I already did go.
Miss Janice Simmons. I'm sure I haven't heard from her.
No, you didn't. Good morning, everyone. Janice Simmons with Equitable Social Solutions. I'm the project director overseeing the Riverside County HHAP program, servicing both TAY transitional age youth, as well as our general population in District 4, as well as in District 2. So if you do know of any youth in need, we are more than willing to look at Nikki shaking her head. We are more than willing to speak with you and see if we can get that youth served. So I'll put my information in the chat. Thank you.
Salam.
I could go next if nobody else is.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Erin, and I'm with YAB as a member. Also, I'm with EOPS and RPYA. I go to Moreno Valley College, and I would like to popcorn it over to Terry.
Good morning. This is Terry Smith. I apologize. I'm having camera difficulties on my laptop, but I can see you all. You just can't see me. Terry Smith with Chalk Housing, and I represent our 2 affordable housing communities in the Coachella Valley, one in Monarch and Palm Springs, and Placita de Los Huerta in Coachella. Great to be here. Thank you.
Maybe I can go. Yeah.
Yes,
my name is
please.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Natalis. I'm the Administrative Services Officer of the Continuum of Care, and I oversee the HMIS team, and which is Homeless Information Management System. Yeah. Or Homeless Management Information System. And I don't know who has gone yet, so whoever has not gone, feel free to volunteer to be popcorned too.
I'm going to say Jerry, the great bearded one. Welcome, Jerry.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Jerry. I'm with Step Up, part of the Step Up's Riverside County outreach team.
Okay. Is there anyone else yet who has not had the opportunity to introduce themselves?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rosalind Martinez. I am with Equitable Social Solutions. I am the housing navigator, and I work along with Janice. She's a project director, and we're just trying to help out the youth that's specifically homeless. I know I've worked with Monique and Nikki, and that's awesome. You guys are awesome. So if anybody else has other people, as Janice mentioned, please send them our way, and we're trying to see what we could do. Give them resources, help them with permanent housing, and get them back on their feet. Thank you.
Yeah, this is Ernesto Rodriguez with Kindful Restoration. We have an outpatient program in Riverside. We service both adults and youth, and we do a bunch of stuff like domestic violence, anger management, life skills, parenting, substance abuse, 12-step work, and yeah, so nice to meet y'all.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Victor Beecham. I'm from Path to Life Ministry. I'm the Chief Programs Officer, and we're looking at some YHDP programs and just want to get immersed into the group that works with them to see what are the best practices you're currently using. We have shelters, we have PSH programs, we have RH programs, and we have a lot of leveraged resources and funds available to help the youth that they do not become the next generation of homelessness. So glad to be here. I'd like to contact and meet with some of you if you care to share your best practices, those of you who have been doing the work, that I can come alongside of you and offer our support from Path of Life. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that we've missed?
Yeah, my name is Victor Espinoza. I'm with Reach Out over here in Jurupa Valley. I'm part of the HIRE program, the Employment Navigator.
Welcome. Thank you. And do we have anyone else? Okay, so the next item on the agenda is going to be to approve the minutes from last month. There was a link sent in the invite for this and on the agenda. So all I need at this point is if you were at the meeting, looked over the minutes, I just need somebody to do the, to say that they approved the minutes of last minute's meetings. And then I will need somebody to second that motion. So the first step, is there somebody who's willing to move that we approve those minutes?
I motion to approve.
Okay, thank you, Savannah. Is there anybody who's willing to second that? Aaron?
Yep, I second that.
Is this my Aaron?
Yeah.
I thought I recognized the voice. Love to see you. Thanks for
Love
coming.
to see you too.
Okay, so minutes have been motioned and approved. So the next step on the agenda is that for public comments. So there is going to be a section at the end of the meeting for everybody to give agency updates, but this is any public comments. So Gershom, I'm assuming you're the one now kind of reviewing the public comments. Did anybody submit anything ahead of time?
No, there was no electronic requests for public comments.
Okay. Is there anybody that has anything at this time that they'd like to put forth as public comments? Okay, sounds good. So we can jump on to old business. So the first item on old business is just kind of our continuing reminder of our in-person meetings. We always have fun getting together, a lot of networking opportunity. So next month is actually when we get to do that. So August 29th, Rainbow is going to be hosting us at Operation Safe House here in Riverside. And then we will go just total virtual for September and October. And then in November 21st, you guys will get to come visit me here at the Riverside location for Olive Crest. And just as kind of a little teaser, October is when I make the chocolate covered cherry. So I'll make sure there's plenty left. Okay. Monique, you're invited to come back. It is chocolate covered cherries, just saying.
You know, I'll see you all in November for that in-person one. And then Yab was asking about who has the Chick-fil-A. Wink, wink, it's Rainbow from OSH. Just throwing that out there. Yab.
Wow, I got competition. Dang, Rainbow.
Yeah, it is me. Let me know.
Savannah, this is where we make it happen for the Yab.
Okay, so those will be coming up. We do have fun. So there is also a virtual option for those who cannot come because of the distance, but it's really good interaction. We normally have a really good time when we're in person. So we encourage you to do that if at all possible. So the next item on the agenda is the YHDP, which stands for Youth Homelessness Demonstration Program. For all those who are kind of maybe new to this. So this is the grant updates, and Monique will be walking us through those.
I will, and I do it very proudly. And no, I'm honored to be with you all always. So yeah, let's give you all a few updates. Yesterday, we had our Wednesday core team call. So again, if you're someone who is going to be awarded YHDP, I know you all are probably like, oh, we already went through that. We did, but we'll go through it again. We'll kind of share with you all the agencies that are being funded for or will be funded for YHDP. You all have seen these agencies come up over various meetings. It was approved by our Youth Action Board. It was approved by our YAC, by our Board of Governance. And so really, we are honored to have those partners on. I know that some of you all have seen a few of the new partners, and so really please connect with them as they will be providing these services, and we'll need to work closely with all of the partners on our Youth Advisory Committee to really work to serve the youth population. If I may share, can I share my screen real quick? We'll go through a few items for YHDP. So for those agencies, thank you all. So can you all see my screen? Yes. Awesome. So for those that weren't here for a previous meeting, we are happy to welcome Path of Life with us. You all have seen Victor Beecham, who's on, amazing partner. We have Moreno Valley College, Walden Family Services, Silence Aloud, Transgender Health and Wellness, Sigma Beta and Martha's Village and Kitchen. So again, really excited to have the partners on during these meetings to really continue to give you all updates, let you all know their capacity for serving youth, and then really how to get those resources to the youth that are accessing your centers or coming to you for support. On another note for YHDP, we did submit all of those projects into eSnaps, which is the platform for HUD, on July 1st. So thank you all for supporting us and getting that in. And now our kind of last step for YHDP to finalize these projects before we start implementing them in, or before the COC starts implementing them in October, will be to really submit goals. So can you all still see my screen? Yes, kind of. Okay, so is just to submit these goals. So as you all have been made aware of yesterday, is that this has been a process, right? An ongoing process that has taken a lot of dedication from a lot of partners, a lot of youth members, to really put together this plan that you all will see. And I did email it out yesterday as a PDF, but it's the coordinated community plan. It's this plan that you all have created within the last 8 months, talking about how you plan to end youth homelessness, not just how you plan to spend funds in the community, but how is it equitable? How is it being really made to serve the most vulnerable youth in the county, and then identifying goals and actions that are going to really lead us to ending youth homelessness. So really excited to see the goals that you all have come up with, and really partners responsible. You all know what roles you all play in the community, what services you provide, who you're serving. And so really letting us know, can we put you down in this plan? Can your agency commit to serving youth through this YHDP process to really build out this system of care for youth? And so I leave you all with the goals that you all created. The YAP did an amazing job last Friday. They met at Silence Aloud. So thank you again, Kanisha, for letting us borrow your center. The youth love being in that center. I like really having that in-person time to work on these goals. And so this is what they came up with. I'll put it in the chat for folks to also kind of look at. Our plan is to finalize by today. So let me know if you have any feedback or anything that you'd want to include. The YAB will also be working on this later on during a YAB meeting, but really focusing on strengthening connections between housing and wraparound services to increase number of access points and ensure that they are trauma informed. And again, the goal is to make these goals, objectives, and action steps as specific as possible. They will go into the overall CCP, and that will be submitted by August 1st to HUD. So in order for us to not get it back, we want to be as specific as possible, meaning knowing the partners responsible, knowing the objectives that we have, and then how we're going to accomplish that through the action steps. And YAB has given us a great outline here, and our amazing TA providers, Megan and Isaiah, helped us really work through these goals yesterday during our core team meeting. So again, if you're like, hey, I have more time than just once a month at the YAB meetings to give input and to support and to provide feedback, please feel free to join us on the Wednesday core team meetings. Those are really good spaces to talk about YHDP, talk about strengthening the youth system. And so we're really hoping that we make our coordinated entry system strong, and that the entire community, right, identifies proper representation, community partners, and reach out to spread the word, ensuring that there are no barriers or specific criteria to be met. So really making safe space, low barrier housing, and access to services, and taking into account the great community that we have across the large county and how we access that and how youth are accessing these services. So really thinking about things that we've been working through for the last year, even before YHDP. So really proud to see all of this coming together. And then goal 3, believe it or not, right? Youth want mentors. Everyone wants a mentor. And so any space that you find to be able to provide mentorship that is genuine, that is authentic, that is natural, right? Build these relationships so that you can continue to guide, provide your wisdom and expertise to all of the YAB members that come in. I'll tell you that I could not do this without the amazing mentors that I've had. Always naming our great Cordell Thomas, who, was a phenomenal mentor, and I didn't ask him to be my mentor. It just kind of happened. And that's how I kind of ended up in this space and then making phenomenal mentorship here at the COC and with you all. So remembering that mentorship is important. It's strong. Those are the people that kind of guide you, right? So thank you all again for your expertise and knowledge and the mentorship that you provide to other youth in your programs. It makes a difference, and you probably won't see it now, but as time goes on, right, folks will remember that. So thank you all for kind of checking out our goals. I'll put this link in the chat if you all want to give me any feedback or add anything. We will make it specific, and we'll also provide the copy of the CCP once it's submitted, and hopefully it'll get approved and we don't need to make changes, but that's kind of where we're at. And then for those new folks that will be funded, please continue to join the YAB meetings. This is where you're going to meet all those folks that come across youth every day experiencing homelessness and needing services. And so this is your niche. These are your folks. And really excited for you all to be working together to serve every young person that comes to your door. I think that's, right now I think we're just waiting for HUD executed agreements that should be here by October. Once that happens, programs will start operating in October. And again, on a monthly basis, we'll give you all updates here on when those projects start. For now, they will be preparing. It's why we're all in these spaces together, right, to figure out how we do that efficiently and seamlessly, and making sure that we are low barrier. So any other questions around YHDP? You all have done an amazing job. Grisham, anything to add? You have been doing a lot of community work, and we appreciate you.
Thank you, Monique. I appreciate it. But no, nothing else to add. I think you covered everything as always. So, so good job, Monique.
Thanks. All righty.
Nikki, I believe you're muted.
Your mic is off, Nikki.
Oh, whoops, sorry. So it feels like a Monday. So the next item on the agenda is, my agenda went away.
Grisham's going to bring it back up. Sorry.
Yes, that's okay. Yes, Rise Above Defeat by Marquia. So this is a new program. Marquia's graciously accepted to kind of share some information about it. She did on her slide give her bio, so I won't get into that, and I will let her cover it considering it is part of her PowerPoint. But thank you for joining us today, Marquia, and please feel free to unmute yourself and let us hear about your program.
Hello, everyone. Happy to be here. Well, we have the Empower Minds program, and I just want to throw out there, I get a bit nervous, so if I start stammering over my words, please forgive me. Next slide. Okay, so I am the founder of Rise Above Defeat, which is a nonprofit dedicated to helping individuals enhance their self-image, practice self-love, and respect for themselves and others. As a survivor of sexual abuse myself, I understand the mental toll and challenges faced in building self-worth. I come with 14 years of mental health experience as a certified adolescent life coach and a licensed mental health professional. I worked in behavior modification programs in the forensic mental health setting, home health, lockdown facilities, rehabilitation centers, and so on and so forth. I am trauma informed and trauma responsive, and I didn't want to get into reading my whole bio, but I wanted to say the other day, speaking to a wise young 17-year-old girl, she mentioned to me that every movie and every picture shares a message. And I began to think, and I'm like, okay, what are you saying? And I continue to think on, and yes, every life and every life has a story, and then with every story is a message, and it's up to that person to decide to share that message that can possibly help heal someone else or not. And so I'm not going to share my story today, but I do want to share that it includes being groomed, manipulated, and silenced. Believing a lie over the truth, believing the illusion instead of reality. And so, yes, it has been a journey to heal, to unmask, to be unmuzzled, and just self-building. And with that, we have produced a passion behind Rise Above Defeat and Empower Minds, which is to help those who have been abused and have experienced trauma build confidence and self-worth again. Next slide. Next slide. Okay, so the Empower Minds program is a holistic trauma-informed mental health support for survivors and at-risk youth aged 13 to 19. This program is offered in person and hybrid. It focuses on the mind, the body, and the spirit, providing comprehensive care that fosters healing and resilience. And so I just want to say that Empower Minds was chose from a nation grant by Atlas, the Atlas Project. And so this has been a huge blessing to be selected in this grant led by the National Human Trafficking and Technical Assistance Center overseen by OTIP. And so they were looking for programs that were survivor focused and survivor led, and we were selected. And so moving on, next slide, please. Our program areas, we have a holistic approach. We're trauma informed, and we provide mental health support. Next slide. So what is holistic to us? Relating to the whole or to the total system instead of just a certain part. It considers all aspects of a person, including their physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health, and contributing to their overall well-being. And so when I look at this aspect, I think of a car. Say if your car has a flat tire, and so you decide to take it in to get looked at, get fixed, but you ignore the other 3 tires, and then the next day something else breaks down, another tire is flat. And so instead of just looking at one part, we like to look at the whole system, the whole person in this aspect: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Next slide. So under the mind, we aim to empower survivors of human trafficking and at-risk youth reclaim their mental well-being and rebuild their lives. And so we aim to provide life skills, educational things that can help fill those gaps that may have been missed due to trauma or different situations that have occurred through their life. We like to come in and build those areas so they can be successful in society. So providing skill-based and appropriate education to enhance knowledge and skills among participants. Next slide. Example: financial literacy, work experience prep, self-care practices, effective communication. These things are all important. If not, how are we going to be able to communicate if we're not in a good space? A lot of times I believe society or even some households teach or just example, they set an example without saying it of keeping everything bottled in. And so, yes, some individuals have to learn how to effectively communicate. I'm not in a good space. Now is not a good time to talk, or just learn how to pour out. And so we provide those tools for effective communication, self-care, how to care for yourself, how to make sure you're not taking on too much at once. and work experience, we want to lay out the different options our youth have in going into the work area, workspaces, and financial literacy. Everyone needs to know how to budget their money, how to make their money work for them, right? And so we foster a sustainable model where individuals are better equipped to navigate future challenges independently. Next slide. And so under the body, this helps the individual understand the importance of a healthy lifestyle and learn different warning signs of the body. And so a lot of times we have learned the signs of a stroke or a heart attack health-wise, but we want to focus on what it looks like. What are warning signs that the body tell when you're stressed or you have trauma, housed in your body? So we want to pinpoint those things. We want to bring it out and highlight it to our youth, highlight those signs to our youth. Okay, so this focuses on the physical aspect of personal healing journey. We provide nutrition, exercise classes, and not only exercise classes, that may come with self-defense classes, that may come with a dance class, a stretch class, things like that. We discuss self-perception. How do you see yourself? What are you seeing when you look in the mirror? And the body keeps scores. That the body keeps score. That entails our segment of how trauma and stress can show in your body. Next slide, please. Okay, and so the spirit. This helps the individual discover purpose and joy through unlocking their spiritual journey. Prompts personal growth through renewing confidence and self-worth. I feel like this is an important aspect. As mentioned before, we focus on the body, but not the mental health. We focus on the mental health, but not the spirit. And we can't deny it. This is part of us, right? And with this, sometimes people lose hope and purpose in life because of the things they went through. And so this is an aspect that we want to highlight, bring out, and bring personal growth in this way. So a person who has purpose to life is said to be healthier than those who don't see a purpose to life. Next slide. So we focus on spiritual healing, and some of the ways we do that is what we talk about. What is spirituality? We have a step-by-step journaling. I call it the pour out section or less pour out time, and grounding techniques, different things we can do to ground ourselves, and mindfulness practices. We have to be aware of ourselves. Or how is our mind? How I like to ask the question, how are you doing mentally? How is your heart doing today? And so just bring in mindfulness practices also. Next slide, please. And so our program area and under trauma informed. What is trauma informed to us? Well, it's being prepared and equipped to respond appropriately to a person doing a traumatic event. Taking the approach in every situation when communicating with the individual that trauma may have occurred. And so I just like to throw out there to, my staff and those that I work with, we never know. We never know what someone has gone through. And just as seen as this in this picture here with this young girl, she's covering her ears. We have to keep in mind, we don't know how far that day went. We don't know if it got physical between her and her parents. We don't know if she was removed out of that household that day. And so when addressing our participants or individuals, we have to remember to stay trauma informed and keep in mind that we don't know what happened to this individual. Next slide. And so trauma-informed care seeks to realize the widespread impact of trauma and understand paths to recovery. That's one of our focuses. That's one of our focus. We're solution-based. We focus, yes, there's a problem, but how can we provide a solution to this? And so recognize the signs and symptoms of trauma, whether it's in a patient, family, or staff. Integrate knowledge about trauma into policy procedures and practices, and actively avoid re-traumatizing. I think this is important because, like mentioned before, we never know what someone has gone through. So being active to avoid these things. Okay, so the Empower Minds provide trauma-informed care in a safe and inclusive environment. Our group facilitators and volunteers are trauma-informed trained and has completed HT training. Our licensed therapists are also trauma-informed trained and experienced in working with traumatized youth. Next slide. We follow the 6 principles of trauma-informed care, which are safety, trustworthiness and transparency, peer support and mutual self-help, collaboration and mutuality, empowerment, voice and choice, cultural, historical, and gender issues. These 6 principles we highlight in our program. Next slide. And so under our program area of mental health support, so Empower Minds offer mental health support for survivors aged 13 to 19. Empower Minds aim to address the emotional and behavioral patterns of survivors by combining therapeutic interventions and creating a safe and supportive environment. This is important because we realize if an individual, a person, anywhere, individual, if we don't feel safe in sharing certain things, we're not, and that wall is going to remain up. And so one of our biggest focus, one of our major focus in this program is making sure we have that safe and supportive environment for the participant. And so we offer group setting, life coaching, and therapy. It promotes a healthy community, a support system, develops social skills, builds confidence, and perspective. I like the pinpoint of perspective because sometimes when we go through a lot, we often feel like we're the only ones that have gone through this and no one understands. And so just sitting around others that have gone through similar things and that can possibly help you where you currently are with input and insight on certain things. And so perspective is important. We empower survivors and at-risk youth to become advocates of their own mental health and well-being. Next slide. The Empower Minds, what sets us apart? The Empower Minds program offers a 6-month curriculum broken up into 2 phases. And so phase 1 is 12 weeks, that's about 3 months. The duration of our groups are about 45 to 60 minutes. Different weekly topics and activities that promote healing to the mind, body, and spirit while on this journey. And so at the end of phase 1, they receive a certificate of completion. Next slide. And then phase 2 is again 12 weeks. Duration is 45 to 60 minutes for each group. It's more in depth, but the same topics, activities that promote healing to the mind, body, and spirit. And they also receive a certificate of completion after completing phase 2. Next slide. And so the Empower Minds program is customizable. And I think this is the awesome part about the Empower Minds, because our customizable approach allows us to tailor classes and learning webinars to youth busy schedule. This helps with ensuring we stay accessible to our youth community, because we understand that youth are in school, some may have jobs, some may have sports, different activities, and we want to make sure we're keeping our program accessible. And so what this means is if the youth is not ready to go through the whole program, meaning the whole 6 months or not even the first phase of 3 months, they can choose to come in twice a month and let's focus solely on mental health, the mind. Let's focus solely on the body, and let's focus solely on the things under the spirit. And so we are willing to match and work with our youth. Next slide. And so we are virtual. We are virtual. We have virtual access. We're travel-based. We will come to you. Residential, your day programs, we come to you. We have monthly webinars starting the end of August. Our HT support group, which will start in September, and we have our holistic approach. Okay, and so we are launching in late August, and we are currently looking to host workshops for youth mid or late August. So if your organization or yourself are interested, please reach out to us. Is there any questions? Lorenzo?
Do you work with youth that are in STRTPs?
Yes, we do. We're travel based too. We'll go out to them.
Great, thank
Hi,
you.
Greg.
Hi, this is some very exciting news that you guys are going to be able to offer. Do you serve all of Riverside County since you guys are mobile?
I want to say yeah, but I know Riverside County can get a little far out. So we'll go as far as Palm Springs.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Nikki.
Hey, yes. So, hey, if you're needing a location in Palm Desert to hold things, we have a free spot. You can maybe have some office space in Palm Desert if you have a need out there. But my question was more on with this format that you're doing the curriculum. I actually have 2 young gentlemen who have been sex trafficked. Is your format, do you think that's going to be comfortable? Are you only wanting to focus on the young women for the time being to keep things more comfortable? Or is it going to be open and okay to intermix the genders?
Well, right now we're going to keep the genders separate. So if we have a group of male, we're going to keep the males and then the females with the females. So yeah, the program is accessible for both.
Did anybody else have any questions?
Markia, are there any opportunities for YAB to get involved or youth who might want to support or help with any items or aspects of your program?
Yes. Yeah, if you are interested, please send me an email or my number's there below and let's talk. Let's see where we can definitely use your help. And we have two of your YAB members actually that's a part of our YAB. So yeah.
Okay,
all right.
perfect.
Well, thank you for your time. Thank you for allowing me to present today.
Thank you, Markia. This is wonderful. So hopefully we can provide support and offer some collaboration with you. So I appreciate you taking the time to join us today.
Thank you.
Okay, so the next item on our agenda is Mr. Greg. It's your time.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I kind of just threw a little slide together that I sent to Gershom about some of the upcoming projects at California Family Life Center. Again, it's all about the youth, about the youth, about the youth. There's a ton of things that are going to be available to the youth in our communities when it comes to the work readiness and the job training program. The first one on the list right there being about our STEPS program. That's a collaboration and a partnership between California Family Life Center, Equus Workforce Solutions, Department of Rehabilitation, working with young people between the ages of 16 and 21 who have a disability. And the disability can be something as, I'm not going to call it as simple, but something as a IEP while they're in school, individual education plan, or a 504 plan, or even just a identifiable disability or handicap, which just would require someone from the school just signing off on they need some additional help. So these young people are going to be eligible for a job training program, getting about 75 hours of some work experience based off of their abilities and their goals and what they would like to do. It's quite an award. I know in my location at Empower Youth, I'm looking for 40 youth in this program, as well as 40 youth in Lake Elsinore and 40 youth at our Rubidoux location. And I believe Equus is contracted for a similar number. I just don't have their details. So that's one of the first and foremost. It all started on July 1st. So we're actively looking at providing these opportunities to young people in our community. The next one that we had listed on there is some opportunities for, again, young people between the ages of 18 and 24. The only requirement is that they reside in District 2 or District 5. So if they live in Supervisor Spiegel's neighborhood or Supervisor Gutierrez's neighborhood, they're automatically eligible for this program. This is going to be something that they can get involved with at getting some work readiness and some job training through community-based organizations, nonprofits, some of our municipalities, that could be the utility companies or cities, city and county libraries, that type of stuff. It's really geared towards, if anybody was familiar with the Youth Community Corps back during the CARES Act during COVID, the county has reapplied for some funds. And so there's quite a bit of money. The award on this one is at $730,000 total, and they split it between those two districts. The youth are going to be eligible for up to $6,000 worth of a stipend for 12 weeks of work or work experience, along with some support services. Those support services could be transportation assistance, as in, let's say, bus passes, gas cards, work clothing. It's pretty broad on the support services. Again, transportation is always one of the biggest barriers that our young people encounter to be able to get from point A to point B, effectively. This program launched now as of June 1st, and it continues on through October of 2025. So it's about 18 months, and it's targeting 50 youth in each district. So there's 100 youth just in those two districts that are eligible for this program. The next one that we have listed on there is our Youth Empowerment Program. And again, it is a job experience, job training type of program. Youth are going to be eligible for up to 200 hours worth of work experience, along with some support services. There's $18,000 between each district, but there's again, a sizable amount of money. The only requirement for these youth, again, is to be residing in Supervisor Spiegel's District 2 and Supervisor Gutierrez's District 5. Again, between the ages of 16 and 24. So we get to go down into some high schoolers and still work with some of our TAY age group up to age 24. Again, this program launched on June 1st of this year, and it continues on in District 5 until February of 2026. But in District 2, it ends in October of 2025. So it's nearly 2 years and about 18 months. The next program that we have that we've been contracted with is our Hire. And I do know Victor Espinoza from Reach Out is on this call as well. So again, it's a partnership and a grant work that's going to target youth that are either justice involved, meaning they're either on parole, probation, mandatory supervision, post-release community supervision, and that they are supervised by a jurisdiction or a county, in the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. So it's something that they don't have to be actively in, or they have been part of in the past, coming from the juvenile justice system. And again, ages 16 to 24, earning about 20 hours a week for 17 weeks. So a total of 340 hours. That's a tremendous amount of time for our young people to be spent in a job training program. And again, we're looking at targeting 50 youth for this program, and this is covering pretty much all of Riverside County. Flipping on to the next page, our Amity grant, again, targeting 50 youth. It's primarily going to be in Hemet, San Jacinto, Banning, Beaumont, Cabazon, and the desert area. It's not going to be so much on the western or the central part of the county. So it's going to be specific to those areas. And with the Amity Foundation, the youth are going to be getting about 200 hours of, again, job training along with support services. These youth are going to be directly connected to our WIOA program in all 3 of our centers. So again, they'll be eligible through our Workforce Innovative Opportunity Act along with the Amity Foundation itself. So I'm going to say their work experience dollars are going to be covered by WIOA. And then again, the rest of it is going through the Amity Foundation itself. Rachel Babcock, one of our program coordinators here, is heading up that group along with backtracking to the HIRE grant. She'll be managing and monitoring both of those grants. The next one that we have, again, opportunity for young people. We have 100 youth, and this covers all of Riverside County. Is a apprenticeship program that we're with launch. Again, youth between the ages of 16 and 24. There isn't any support services that go along with it, but there is the apprenticeship approach with that. So we have 2, if you want to call them, youth navigators in the launch program, Brianna, and currently an open position on that. But we'd launch that again as well as on June 1st, and it continues on through July of 2025 of next year. And then finally is our Second Chance Youth Employment Program. And again, this is just in District 5. So Supervisor Gutierrez district, youth between the ages of 16 and 24 that are justice impacted at Promise Youth. These young people, they specifically pertain to the individuals who've directly experienced involvement with the juvenile justice system through incarceration or have familiar ties to the justice system by having an immediate or extended family member directly involved in the system. It also refers to individual facing heightened vulnerability to being incarcerated, involved in the justice system, or having law enforcement contact. So it's a much broader range of youth that we can reach out to this. They don't necessarily have to have been in juvenile hall or, spent time in probation or on parole. It can be just the exposure to or having family members that they're in direct contact with. And our program coordinator for this program is Jessica Cayo, and she's, again, launched as of July 1st, and she's been working with a couple of youth right now here out of our Empower Youth location in Hemet. But again, it's also something that's directed all of District 5. And so if you're familiar with our districts, District 5 is most of Hemet, all of San Jacinto, all of Paris, all of Moreno Valley, parts of Calamasa, and then District 2 is parts of Corona, kind of bordering the edges of Riverside, as well as Lake Elsinore, kind of dumping into, Wildemar is District 3, so it goes out to the border of that area there. So there are 2 very large districts, and we're fortunate enough to help manage these grants through the county along with the supervisors for both of those 2 districts. So it's an exciting time for a lot of our young people that are living in our areas. And again, I know young people on this call right now are going to be able to take advantage of this opportunity, with the only requirement being is that they reside in either district. So that's it. Any questions? Yeah, Rainbow.
Would you happen to have any flyers on these programs so my street outreach workers can go out and pass these out?
As soon as they're done, I'll definitely get them to you.
Awesome.
It is
Thank
so
you.
fresh and just so recently awarded. Got signed off by the supervisors, I believe on the 15th of July, even though they said July 1. It wasn't until a couple of weeks into it. So we are working on those as we speak.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Teresa.
Hi, good morning, Greg.
Hi.
Hi, good morning. For the first program that you talked about, the one that was specific to youth with disability, you mentioned they can have an IEP.
Yes, that's one of the requirements. They have to be an in-school youth, whether or not they're in-school high school, in-school college, in-school adult ed, up to age 21.
Okay. And those services will be accommodated for them, correct?
Yes, if it's an individual that requires a job coach, DOR has a different program for them. So again, their disability or their handicap cannot be so severe that they can't manage on their own, although that
Okay.
there are going to be a lot of support services made available to them.
Understood. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for our young people, more than
Mhm.
just what we do with our job training program with WIOA and the 3 centers that we serve, as well as the 3 centers that Equus Workforce Solutions serves.
Yeah.
So again, I think it's a fantastic opportunity, and this is going on for nearly 2 years.
Yeah,
So
that's
we
awesome.
got quite some time and a lot of youth that we get to serve. Thank you, Nikki.
Okay, thank you, Greg. So, okay, that's awesome. So the next thing on our agenda is the agency bed availability update. So those that are new at this time, we kind of share some housing availability that any of us may have. I do have a Google Doc spreadsheet that all of the transitional housing programs that cover AB 12 acronyms, I know we're all like using them. So what that is that is for the young adults who are aging out of foster care or off of juvenile probation can choose to stay in extended foster care. So there is a spreadsheet that every program can update their vacancy list in, real live time, so that when we get phone calls, continuum of care, street outreach teams have access to that so that they can see when and where they can get the youth housed. There is a lot of availability at this time, and we've got one new program coming. There was a hiccup with the spreadsheet while I was gone. Somebody kind of did something with it that locked several of the organizations out. So I am going to be recreating that because my IT team can't undo it. But so I don't have the current availability for every program just because several have been locked out. I do know myself, I have one male vacancy in Moreno Valley, and I'm looking at trying to expand housing in the Palm Desert area. So if anybody has any links to apartment complexes that might be able to work with a corporate lease, we're trying to open up 4 new opportunities out there. So I know Rainbow's on. If you would like to share your bed availability, Rainbow.
Sure. So right now for our transitional living programs, in Riverside, we have 2 females availabilities, 1 male. And then in the desert region, we have 1 male, 1 female, and then we have one that could be, either or whoever. And that would be in the desert. And then for Mainstay Emergency Shelter, we have both male and female availability. And that's it.
A question on those, Rainbow. I know out in the desert, youth can use the FYI housing vouchers, Foster Youth Initiative housing vouchers for those spaces. Can they do that in Riverside as well? Or is that just out at Harrison House?
We have 1 unit available in Riverside for any voucher. So that could be male or female or whoever. So that is different from our TLPs, but yes, one availability in Riverside as of right now.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And at this time, if there's anybody else that has some bed availabilities, we'd love to get that out there because there's people on here, we come across youth all the time. So please unmute yourself, raise your hand, type it in the chat if you have any availability.
Hey, Nikki, I'm not sure if you saw the message in the chat from Victor Espinosa. He's asking if he can be added to that spreadsheet.
Yes. Victor, do you do transitional housing, the AB 12?
No, we don't do any housing, but I feel like this is like a great resource for ourselves to
Yes.
have to see if anybody ever needs housing in the future, because I am going to be working with that population from 16 to 25.
Yes. I will
Yeah, so
definitely get that. As soon as I get an update and corrected, I will get that sent to you. So if anybody wants
okay.
that, please feel free to let me know.
Thank you. I
And
appreciate it. And my email is in the chat. So thank you.
I wrote that down. Thank you.
Nikki, if I may add, so folks, the spreadsheet that Nikki is talking about is specifically for AB 12 former foster youth. So if the youth is 18 to 21, qualifies as former foster youth, qualifies for a TLP program, I think sometimes when we come across youth, we want to figure out what other intersections, right, to know what other services they can possibly be provided with. And so one population is former foster youth. And if they do qualify for a transitional living program, the best option for them is this a little long-term program, right, between 18 to 21. And that's the spreadsheet that Nikki operates that has bed availability for the agencies that do work specifically with foster youth and providing transitional living. And that can be found in the Google Drive. So Gershom, maybe if we can update the Google Drive with all of the information. So every meeting, folks, there's a Google Drive link where all of the information, flyers, PowerPoints, bed availability can be found. What I'm thinking is maybe we also add possibly information around if agencies have services available. So if you're providing rapid rehousing or if you're serving youth in the desert, right, this is also a good space for your agency to say, hey, you know, like we can take 2 youth out in the desert if they're looking for rapid rehousing and are currently experiencing homelessness. So really sharing what availability your agency has to support youth, right? And in most cases, it is youth experiencing direct homelessness, like at the moment. So I saw Roman's chat as well. So during like this portion, CES portion is a good time to bring up like, hey, does any agency provide this service? This is a client I have, and then connecting. And that's how the goal of this partnership meeting, this committee, is for you to connect with the service providers that you need. But yes, all of this information that's shared during these meetings are shared via Google Drive that we can drop in the chat. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Yep. So I do know Equus is on. They have rapid rehousing. Do you guys want to share your availability? How many positions you have opening and in what areas?
As I mentioned earlier, we do have the availability for the youth in District 4. Possibly, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and Rosalie, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe we have 5 spots available. And it's not immediate housing. Of course, it is a program and we do help with them securing permanent housing. So if you are in District 4, that'll be great. Please reach out and let us know.
Does anybody else have any housing available for transitional age youth, whatever form or program that may be in?
Hey guys, this is Sonia Lamas. How are you guys? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I just actually left a property inspection for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in Paris. It's finally ready. So I just got that added to our availability. It sits on 5 acres. It has a bonus room. It has all the appliances. The owners have pretty much opened it up for any types of subsidized. So if any of the programs would like to talk to me about that, we can actually just lease it to the organization. Or if you guys have a family that's on, you know, a Section 8 voucher, then that's also welcome. Okay. And I can put the details either in the chat or I can send it to Monique and the team.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Sonia.
You're welcome.
Rashawn, are you still on?
Yes, I'm on. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, yes. I have 2 beds available. I have 2 rooms for Section 8 vouchers.
Okay. Thank you. And just to clarify for everybody, the FYI housing vouchers that we kind of reference once in a while are Section 8 housing vouchers. It's just a specific number or set aside for former foster youth. So if they take Section 8 housing vouchers, they will also take the FYI housing vouchers. And Ebony, you have your hand up. Did you have?
I did have a question, and I believe it's more towards the Section 8 vouchers. As I grow older, I am turning 21 soon, and I am in the AB 12 with the THP. So I did want to see if anyone had any information about Section 8 vouchers and just a little bit of like in the Riverside area. Nothing that we can discuss now. Like I'll put my email in the
I'm just
chat and
gonna
then
advocate for air. So
and if someone has any information that they can share for me, share with me, I would gladly appreciate that.
Sounds good, Ebony. Yeah, and you still have my cell phone number. I have the paperwork on my computer. We can get you filled out the application for that FYI housing voucher and start looking for places.
Nikki, I can send an email to Yvette with Housing Authority, and
Oh,
we should
perfect.
check how many vouchers they have left. So Housing Authority is issued a certain number of vouchers, or they apply for a certain number of vouchers and are awarded. I know that the last time we checked, they had 100 vouchers, 60 of them were already being utilized, and then the other 20 were en route. So we'll definitely check, and that might be something that we want to add to Yak Yab is periodically checking with Housing Authority to see when vouchers are available, if they apply for foster youth initiative ones, and then how to get supported in doing that. So maybe we got to bring Housing Authority back.
Yeah. Okay. So I will let you take that over, Ebony, but you still have my cell phone if things, if you still need help. And honestly, that is great news because when we first were talking about the FYI housing vouchers, there were tons of them and none being used. So apparently we've been very busy. We have been very busy getting those filled. So that's perfect news. So, okay, I think that's our bed availability. So flip my screen here. The next thing on our agenda is, the YAB update. So Gershom and Savannah. Welcome, Savannah.
Thank you, everyone. Hello. Thank you, Nikki. So, as you all know, for the last 10 months, the Continuum of Care Youth Action Board has played a substantial role through our YHDP grant. Their participation has encompassed all of our meetings, including the COC meetings and getting involved with the BOG meetings, and of course the YHDP weekly core meetings. Some of our YAB members have also contributed by attending conferences, symposiums, and even participating at some of these conferences. They participated in out-of-state conferences and even served on our YHDP independent review panel. So this is all a part of their goal to develop a more professionally engaged and impactful presence in addressing youth homelessness. And additionally, it's also a part of their CCP mission, of which they have been instrumental to developing, to pursue professional development and to create a future where every young person has the opportunity to thrive. So I would just like to take this time to recognize them and all of their hard work that they have done over the last 10 months. And so, as Monique covered earlier, last week, we actually got to witness some of these professional skills from our Youth Action Board members during our Youth Action Board retreat, which took place at the Bridge Wellness Center in Moreno Valley. So again, huge shout out and thanks to Kenesha Jones and her staff for allowing the COC to utilize their space for that day. So we actually had a few YAB members facilitate team building activities, and I believe I have a couple of photos here. So basically, these activities consisted of them splitting up into groups and working on their CCP goals based on the SMARTY goals framework, which is basically just an enhanced version of the SMART goals framework with the addition of inclusivity and equity as the IE. And so the SMARTY goals ensures that the objectives that are set are not only clear and achievable, but also considerate of diverse perspectives and needs, and of course to promote fairness and inclusivity in the process. So really, I mean, it was great to witness their teamwork and critical thinking skills in action as they were working on these activities. We received positive feedback from many of them regarding the engagement and activities that were organized by our HUD TAs. And so overall, it was a great time. We had lots of fun, and I know that they are pumped for everything that lies ahead. So in recognition of these collective efforts, I am pleased to also announce that we have some YAB members who have taken on additional responsibilities within the Youth Action Board. So I would like to share that now we have a Youth Action Board chair and a vice chair. So Savannah Brown, who is quote an OG YAB member, has been elected to serve as the chair, and Chantel Bullard, who many of you know, has been elected to serve as the vice chair. And both of these ladies have been nothing short of exceptional with all the work that they do for YAB. Their dedication and selflessness is very inspiring, and I'm happy for both of them as they take on these new roles. So ladies, if you guys are here, please come off mute and introduce yourself to our partners.
Hi, everyone. I introduced myself a little earlier, but I will again. I am Savannah Brown, and I am the YAB chair. I'm super excited to be in this role. And as you see in this middle picture, that's me facilitating a team building activity. We had lots of fun during the YAB retreat, and it was a great bonding time for all of us YAB members. And just to learn more about YHDP and get our goals, objectives, and action steps going. And yeah, so I am loving my new role, and I am just excited to support our YAB members and to, get in this and make some changes. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Savannah. And Chantel, are you still with us?
Yes. Hi, everyone. A lot of you guys may know me already, and some who don't. But I'm Chantel Bullard. I recently became the YAB vice chair, which I'm excited for. I always was like a big part of YAB and played a big role in being the voice and always making sure that I was at events to speak for our YAB group and support all of our members. So I'm excited. I'm excited to have the role to be the vice chair, even though a label don't mean anything. Yes. So I'm happy for this journey. Recently, a lot of you guys know that I was pregnant. I did have my son, July 13th. So I'm getting used to being a mommy, but I'm still supporting the group and being there. And actually, this is a new experience. So I'm excited I'm going through this just in case any YAB members go through this. So I can be there to support with my experience. So yeah.
Congratulations, Chantel.
Congrats. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
I need to make sure you know that everybody on this is here to support you now that you're a mom, even though before you were a mom, it's going to continue on. But again, congratulations. I'm excited.
Thank you
What's
so much.
his name?
Elias.
Elias.
Yes.
How much sleep are you getting?
It's crazy because throughout the day he will sleep, and then from midnight to 5 a.m, he always just be up. But last night was the first night he actually slept through the whole night. So yeah, but it's crazy because since I love it so much, like I love being a mom, it don't bother me. I thought I'll be just drained, like really drained, but no, it's been fun. I just be staring at him like right now he sleep, and I was just staring at him.
Thank you, Chantel. We're all very happy for you. Monique, did you have your hand up or?
I just wanted to add that I'm so proud of these young ladies. They have been walking alongside me since the beginning of YAB, back when we were trying to figure out what YAB should be, what are we doing with this youth group, and I think our ultimate goal was how do we create housing opportunities for youth experiencing homelessness, and they've done an amazing job of getting us to where we're at today, and really truly happy to have been working with you all. Chantel, you and I have been through a lot in creating the YAB and really just sticking to it and just being consistent. but always right, sticking to what we believe in. And so I appreciate you a ton. And I'm sorry that you had to find out this way that I'm leaving. I meant to call you. So we'll chat later, but
Whoa,
I'm
that's
super happy and proud
crazy.
of you all. I know.
Way to go, Greg.
No, that's Tanya's fault.
It is.
I'm
I wanted
hurt.
the Yab to know. No, no, don't be. You all will continue to do the amazing work that you all have really just set the foundation for. And there will be Yab members to come after you all, and you all will have set up a really good system and really just working with our partners to share your experience, is amazing. You all are always vulnerable, always willing to just be open and be honest. And, Chantal, if you all know her, she's very honest and frank, but always just really sticks to what she believes in. And so I am proud of you, you both,
Thank you
you
so
all.
much.
Thank you so much, Monique. I think the Youth Action Board should definitely throw just like a big party for Monique, but it'll be a secret, so don't tell her. So that's definitely that we gotta get together and think of something to do for Monique because she's been so great. So thank you, Monique. So one of the last announcements that I wanted to make, I'm sure you are all familiar with Danielle Johnson as well. She's another a Youth Action Board member that has been here since the earlier days with Monique, and so today I'm proud to announce that she has also been elected to serve on our Continuum of Care Board of Governance for the Youth Action Board seat. So Danielle, I don't know if you're still with us on the meeting. If you would like to come off mute. I don't think she's here, but well, I mean, Zuli and I met with her earlier this week, and she's just she's ecstatic about this opportunity. She's really happy to get started, and I just wanted to say that we are all very proud of her for this new chapter in her life as well. And I just wanted to let her know that our YAB is firmly standing behind her, rooting for her, and supporting her in every way possible. And the same goes for our Youth Action Board chair and vice chair. So thank you guys. I believe that's all I have for you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. And Savannah, Chantel, congratulations. Looking forward to working with you guys. So if you don't have my cell phone number, get it from Monique and Gershom. So the next thing on our agenda is Lucy providing us the Youth Coordinated Entry System, acronym again, CES updates. So Lucy, over to you.
Thank you, Nikki. So I do have some numbers. Just keep in mind, this is for the month of June. So there's 46 on the queue, or there were 46 on the queue. 4 youth were connected to opportunities and awaiting outcomes. 15 scored into rapid rehousing and 31 scored into permanent supportive housing. So we will keep them in mind. I know we have the Aspire project coming up. It's unfortunately been pushed back to November, but we will be facilitating those connections. I do just want to do a reminder for those that are not part of it already to join me for the CES partnership meetings that are bi-weekly. We do the resource track. We have people come in from different agencies to present on their agencies, their resources and supportive services. And we also do a case conferencing track as well. So if you aren't in that meeting but are interested, please reach out to me. I will drop my email in the chat and we will get an invitation out to you. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Lucy. Thank you. So then the next item on the agenda is our monthly member spotlight. So each month we pick a member who's just been very active and wonderful partner with the Continuum of Care and Yak Yap group. And this month we chose Teresa. She is with the Spark programs, been very active in the YHDP grant process, has been a great advocate trying to find youth resources, housing. She's not she's not shy to get on the phone call and try to find all the resources that she can for her youth. So Teresa, we can hand it over to you.
Thank you. I got the impression that Spark is getting the member spotlight. So I told my supervisor, Spark got the member spotlight for the continuum of care. Yeah, so I'm here.
But you're the representative for Spark. Yes.
That is me. Nice to see you all. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and talk in a nutshell about Spark and the services that we provide for anyone that has not heard about Spark or anyone that could use the resource. We are here as direct service to our clients. So I see that you started and I'll go ahead and just kick it off. Thank you, Gershom. So Spark is with the Riverside County Law Office of the Public Defender. We are a grant-funded program. And what we do is we are an intervention prevention program. We want to prevent any youth from touching the justice system if they have not yet. The grant was provided to the Public Defender's Office about 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago now, and we're still going, which is great. So what we do is we have attorneys and social workers. I'm one of the social service practitioners, and we provide a myriad of services, and they're all direct services. You can move on from this slide, Gershom, please. So we work with two populations. We work with our public defender clients. So we have our 602 attorneys in the courts advocating for our youth. The social workers also help with those cases, as well as our resource attorneys. We help with mitigating those cases and seeing how we can have more favorable outcomes for our clients. But the beauty of Spark is that we are also integrated into the community, hence the reason we're here. We're making collaborations, we're creating connections with other CBOs so that we can also provide the same resources to our 16 and 25-year-olds that we encounter in the community. You can move on from here, Gershom, please. We are a small but mighty team. We are all over Riverside County. We have one attorney and one social worker in 3 parts of Riverside County. We have our Riverside Spark team. We have our lawyer down, our resource attorney over there, Tatiana, and Monica is our social service practitioner. I'm down in the Southwest region with my co-part, Janae Valenzuela, and I wish she was here today so that I can introduce her, but she wasn't able to make this meeting today. And then we have our Coachella Valley team, and out there we have Bob and Jasmine Vasquez. So at a glance, what we do as far as our legal services and what our resource attorneys do is they support youth, both like our public defender clients that we're out representing them in disciplinary hearings as far as school goes and any type of supportive advocacy. We do the same for our community members that we encounter, any TAY youth. We have parents that come and meet with our attorneys, and they sit down and they consult with the family to see how they can provide any type of support or give any type of recommendations to the family if they're going through a disciplinary hearing. They help with school placement assistance, they help with path to graduation, help with connecting to behavioral health resources, and that's definitely so for our court defendants as well. When needed, our 602 attorneys can call on us and we can also provide services in that sense. The Inland Regional Center and support in advocating for our youth, helping with foster care reentry. Sometimes we have other community partners or youth that hear about Spark and they reach out to us. And so what we do is we help them navigate that. And I know that Nikki has been amazing and also helping sometimes with certain tougher cases since she's so experienced. We work with like calendar add-ons. So if any minor or any youth or just anyone in particular doesn't know what to do with like a warrant that has been left off for like a year, several months, and they're kind of scared to just go to the courts, they can come to us. We have access to all of Riverside County's court documents. We will help them navigate that. We will advocate for them. We also help with sealings, expungements. The attorneys help with like legal consultations. We give referrals to immigration and then conservatorships, for conservatorships as well, and other like legal service providers. Next, please, Gershom. And at a glance, what the social service practitioners do, we are a supportive additional layer to all of the resources that are out here in Riverside County. We help with transition planning, and that's definitely so for our 602 cases, our public defender clients. We can also provide support in that sense. We help with obtaining benefits and vital documents. We resource youth that are coming from our public defender, like our public defender clients, and then other youth that the parents might walk into the Tay Drop-In Center and say, hey, I want resources for like my youth and I don't know what to do with them and they don't want to go to school or they're struggling in school. So when they come in here, we give them those resources like California Family Life Center and a bunch of other ones that we've encountered and established relationships with. We're giving those referrals out to, giving out those resources to them as well. And then having collaborations with school districts, agency partners. We're collaborating and just letting people know that we provide those direct services. Next, please, Gershom. And how do you reach out to us? So we have a referral form, and I know I sent it over to Gershom, but I can also drop it in this chat. We have a request form. That request form needs to be filled out. The referring party will list their information so that we know where the referral is coming from, and then we get the information of the youth, and we will make direct contact with the youth ourselves so that way we can provide the support. And that referral goes to either spark@rivco.org or sparkdocuments@rivco.org. One caveat that I forgot to mention, we are with the public defender's office. So our due diligence begins with us obtaining the information. So it's important that we get a full name and birth date because we do have to run conflicts checks. We need to make sure that if the youth was at any point working with an office or had representation, that we're not stepping on anyone's toes, and we want to make sure that we provide that or navigate them into the direction that they were helped or could be helped. Next, please, Gershom. Yeah, and so that's in a nutshell what Spark does. And then I mentioned to Gershom earlier today, I wanted to point out that part of what we do as far as Spark is we want to help build capacity for the community. I think that it's beautiful what we get to do as like working partners in this community and working for the same population. So I have a public service announcement. I sat with my supervisor yesterday and she thought that this would be a great space to point out that there are 2 RFPs that are available that are being granted by the Juvenile Justice Counseling Committee. And those opportunities are out and open to everyone. It looks like the one bidding workshop is happening today in the afternoon around 3 to 5. You have to reach out to Vanessa Manuel at rivco.org, and I'll go ahead and submit all that information on the in the chat, and I have sent it to Gershom as well. The RFPs are for community-led diversions and supportive community services. So my supervisor told me about this. She knew that I was going to get on this space, and she thought that it would be a great opportunity for everyone to know about the RFPs that are being made available to the community, so that you all have the opportunity, if interested, to apply for them too. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Teresa. Yes, and I'd be interested in that email address for Vanessa to get the information. Did anybody else have any questions for Teresa?
And I will put my contact information on here. If anyone has any questions or wants to reach out to for a specific question, we're always here to help. You can get on the phone or you can email us, and I can always help navigate things in the direction that would be most helpful to everyone.
Okay, thank you, Teresa. Appreciate it and love working with you guys. So I believe the rest of the meeting goes over to Greg.
Well, hello again. So yeah, number 7 on our agenda is a call for agenda items on our next meeting. So this is open to anybody in this group. If you want to have things included in our next agenda, please feel free to either put it in the chat or just announce it to us now, and we'll take notes with it. Hearing nothing, and again, we could be typing. We're going to go ahead and move on to the number 8 on our announcements. If there's anybody that has announcements, events, activities, things like that are coming up, now is a good opportunity to share that with everybody. I see Nikki has her hand up there first. I do have one announcement before I do. Rainbow, I can still feel her tears over Monique. So I just want to again put it out there that we're going to miss you, but we're also going to be blessed that we've been able to work with you all this time. There's a lot of work that needs to continue. So with that, yes, Nikki.
Yes. So again, I want to thank Monique. I mean, yeah, you've been a great leader of this group. So thank you very much. Been very blessed to get to know you and work with you. And I just kind of wanted to report that Olive Crest there in Palm Desert, our campus, we are holding monthly little mini resource fairs. We're calling them community days. We had our first one yesterday. We gave away over 120 school backpacks for the kids. We had close to 200 participants come in, several organizations. We had 20 kids get dental exams and cleanings done. We had, I don't even know how many back to school haircuts were done. The poor barbers, we had 4 barbers and people going, they were just wiped out. We had 6 kids caught up on their immunizations. We had 5 families be able to get EBT services on the spot. And we had 3 families be able to sign up for IHP on the spot and get issues. So we'll be doing those on a monthly basis. So we'll be kind of sending stuff out. We've got some people who will be there every month. And other than that, we're going to rotate vendors so that we can do that. So I will kind of be sending things on so that people can refer families to those as needed. That's what I had.
And you called that a mini resource fair, Nikki?
Yeah, that sounded huge.
Awesome.
Huge.
Yeah,
right.
Because it's so hot, what our thought was is we see the big need out in the desert. All the resource fairs and helps for the families shut down during the summer because, I mean, let's face it, it's hot. I mean, we hit 120s out there. I mean, so it's not realistic, but with our new buildings, we're able to actually do it inside. And the reason we could do that is because we have a large enough space, like the dental clinic, they had their own room. They brought in a couple chairs, dentist chairs, things like that. I mean, we had enough room. We can do this whole thing inside. So yeah, it's capped at a dozen, but yet that's why we consider it mini, because it's kind of capped at the number of vendors that we have. But yet means we're able to kind of provide a lot more one-on-one service and get everybody private rooms so that they can actually do the HIPAA compliant things to get some of those needs met instead of just saying, here, call me Monday, you know.
Thank you, Nikki. Do we have anybody else?
Greg, this is Sonia. Hi,
Yes, Sonia.
everybody. I just wanted to reiterate that we also have the one time per month out here in the San Jacinto Valley, our monthly job fair. I'd like to encourage, some other organizations to come out here to our valley and support. We meet once a month. That's on the last Tuesday. It usually goes from 9 to 12 right now because of the heat. We love to have you guys. Extra support is always welcome, and there is a need, so please join us. Check-in is from 8 to 9, and then we start cleaning up about noon time. We're done. So quick and easy, but
Yes.
it definitely makes an impact. Okay, so please come out.
It does. I've attended many of them, and Mario would appreciate it. So.
Oh yeah, they're all great.
Yeah. One other brief announcement I have, we are hosting a resource fair here on Saturday, this Saturday, the 27th, for Starting Over, which I believe some of you may have met and worked with individuals from that group. Again, they target the mental health well-being. They work with a lot of people that are in or are coming out of the justice system, whether or not it's juvenile justice or adults and stuff like that. So they're going to be having a little resource fair here from 10 to 3. Most of the vendors will be outside under the easy ups. They're going to have lunch is going to be provided. They're going to have a DJ that's going to be out there under an easy up. And all the while they'll be at a point, there'll be about 5 panelists that will be inside and sharing and discussing some of the solutions that they assist with. They're not necessarily from Starting Over themselves, the panelists, but it's a nice little time to sit down and hear and find out about solutions for our formerly incarcerated youth and adults that we serve. So that is this Thursday, the 27th, or this Saturday, the 27th, from 10 to 3. Anybody else with announcements? All right, then I'm going to move into number 9, the adjournment of this meeting. We got Victor Espinoza that's got his hand up.
Yeah, this is a question for you, Greg. How often do those meetings happen? Those resource fairs that will be this Saturday?
This is the first one that Starting Over has approached us with. They're targeting the valley out here. They have their main office there in Riverside. But anybody that comes in here and in this group, I work with Rainbow and her staff at providing some meeting spaces for when they're out here doing community outreach here, or even the stopping point between here, the desert and Riverside. I do it with Teresa with the Spark program when she's got a young person that she needs to meet with and they want to have a comfortable space, that type of stuff. So these fairs, whenever someone approaches me onto them, I go straight to my supervisor and say, hey, can we do this? And she usually says yes. So if it's something that anybody else in this group, would like to be involved with, and we have the space and the time to do it, I welcome you to hit us up.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sonia, did you have another question?
No. I'm sorry,
All
Greg.
right.
No, I don't. My hand's still up. Let me see if I can remove that. I don't know how to do it.
Okay.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Okay, I apologize.
I got Savannah with her hand up. Yes, Savannah.
I have a question for Nikki for the mini resource fair that you said that happens monthly. Is there specific dates that those happen on?
I'm sorry, I should have said that. It's the 3rd Wednesday of the month from 10 until 1.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any others? Well, good deal. Again, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Monique. Thank you, Gershom. Monique, you've trained him well. He's got a lot on his plate, and it's going to be overflowing as we approach these next few months, especially with YHDP. But again, I just want to thank everybody for coming in and sharing with us today. It's very much appreciated. Y'all take care.
Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you. Bye, Nikki, Greg.
Bye-bye.
Everyone.
Bye.
No, I don't want to hop off.
Yeah,
We're gonna
don't
miss
yet.
you.
Don't yet. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
like Rainbow here. The tears are come, so don't hop off.
Oh my gosh, tell me about it. Ah, I can't, not yet.
Victor, did you have another question or?
Yeah, sorry. Real quick. Since I gave you guys my email, is this something that I can be attending every month since you guys have this?
Hey, Victor. So these are the monthly Youth Advisory Committee meetings. What we'll do is, Gershom, if we can send Victor an email with kind of our our COC calendar. So here at the Continuum of Care, our goal is to provide these monthly meetings, whether if it's for youth providers or all of our providers during our Continuum of Care meetings, which was yesterday. If you're specifically focusing on youth, we can also add you to the Wednesday core team meetings. Those are focused on youth services and the YHDP grant, which was a huge youth grant that the county brought in to support youth with housing and homeless services. So if I'm making a recommendation, depending on the time that you have, you can attend monthly meetings for the COC, the Youth Advisory Committee, and maybe the core team Wednesday meetings. Nikki, Greg.
Yeah, that would be great. What time is that one at? The Wednesday one?
It's from 10 to 11 every Wednesday. And
Okay.
feel free to join as your schedule permits. Don't feel like you have to. Please come in and don't ever be sorry. Lots of questions to get you started. We can send you an onboarding email. Maybe Gershom can, Zuli and you maybe meet with Victor and kind of share a little more about the COC. And are you new, Victor, to the space?
Yeah, well, I'm new to. Well, this is my first meeting with you guys, but we're barely starting the hire grant. We just got approved for reach out. So my office is in Drupa Valley, but for the hire grant, we'll be serving San Bernardino County and Riverside County, um, with the age from 16 to 24. So whatever information I can get, anything that I could provide for the people that I'll be helping, it would be great, you know. So the more I'm involved, the more I know, the better it is for me and, you know, the population I'll be serving.
Well, Victor, you are in the best space possible, I promise you. You're here with all the amazing partners that you need and that will be supporting you. And then if at any point you all are recruiting members or clients for a specific program or your agency, this is the space to get with Nikki, Greg, Gershom, to really discuss how do you come in and also let people know of the services that you provide in your great agency. I know that Reach Out does a lot of great activities and programs, so definitely having you all come in and maybe be a presenter at some point during the year.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Victor, as Monique mentioned, I can reach out to you. I can set up kind of like a brief orientation with our COC coordinator Zuli, and kind of just introduce you to like what we do, and we'll move on from there if you like.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, sign me up. Yeah, sign me
Perfect.
up. Yeah,
Sounds
it'd be
good.
great. Thank you. I appreciate
Nope.
it. Thank you
No
guys,
problem.
everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's been great.
I will send you an email and try to contact with you too on the side and see about getting you involved with like some of the TAY collaboratives and things like that to
Okay.
help get you networked in there.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And Monique, I know you're leaving, so this is kind of like a high and by.
I know,
But
I
yeah.
know. But Victor, no, I
Yes.
promise you, I leave you in the best of hands, and this is a space to get all that information. You are surrounded by amazing people doing amazing work, and I know that they're going to uplift you and help you and support you along the way. So nice to meet you as well. Continue this great work, and so hopefully in another capacity, I will see all of you.
Yeah, thank you. And then thank you guys for reaching out, and I'll be looking forward to your guys' email. Have a good one.
You too. Thank you, Victor.
Bye.
Thank you, Victor. Rashawn, did you have some questions?
Yes, I'd like to also be a part of the weekly meetings on Wednesday to know how I can better offer my services as well.
All right. And then Rashawn, I don't know if you noticed, but we have a Rashana here at the COC. So if you all are ever on meetings together, we're going to have to maybe use last names.
Okay, yeah, I think so because I think it took her turn with the introduction. 'Cause I thought,
Yeah,
That-
really excited to see your agency.
And thank you for joining us, Rashawn. I'm very glad you accepted my invitation. And I don't know how you found me, but I think you're going to be a wonderful partner.
Yes, definitely. I think someone gave you my information because I rent out rooms to like foster youth and extended foster youth.
Yeah.
And I think that's how you got in contact with me. Someone passed you my information.
Yeah, somebody randomly texted me your stuff, so I'm just like, okay, we'll follow up.
Yeah, definitely. I want to help. I want to be of some type of service to these youth because I'm also in foster care.
Yeah.
I take care of children, and a lot of times they do once they turn 18. I'm noticing that a lot of the foster parents just kind of like they have to go, and so I decided I wanted to just open up homes to help house that population.
Sounds good. There's definitely a need. So, okay.
I believe that's it, right?
Yep. I believe we are done. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I was just going to touch base with Monique after we were done.
Perfect. I'll stop the recording.
Okay, goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.